Okay. Hello and welcome to the post-match show of the Women's 100 T20 competition, where today Northern Superchargers registered an easy win, I will say, over the Welsh Fire. There was literally no firepower in the Welsh Fire batting lineup, but uh, but I think Georgia Wareham, the start, with the bat fast with the bat and then with the ball. I think I think in the both department she was superb, and she was the you know she was the main character in this particular win, and I think it was a pretty convincing win for the Northern Superchargers. But if you see the match, the way it happens, I think even Northern Superchargers also didn't bat it that much well. Absolutely, I think the way Georgia Adam batted at the end and the important run from the captain also. I think Holy Army Tech, that the captain also scored some crucial runs, and that is why they managed to reach that 141 run mark. But the way the wicket played in the second innings, I will say the run was on the okay side. I will not say that it was a run that you cannot reach, but I think if Wellspur could have batted with a better mindset, a better planning, I think then the run chase could have been a little more interesting. But the way they batted, and especially you have to give credit to the bowling department of Northern Superchargers, the way they bowled, I think they were super. But moving on, I think again the Devina Perin, I will say in the pre-match show, pre-show, I think I took her name, I think, several times, that I want to keep an eye on her because she has been doing superbly in under 19 levels and all, and playing in the domestic arena also, scoring runs. Even commentators were saying while during the match, she looked a little bit rusty. Took some time initially, hit some boundaries, but ultimately, when she hit one or two boundaries, then she thought, okay, this might be the moment I should, uh, change the gear and go for quick runs. But ultimately, she fell in the trap and she got out. But still, I think 21-24, she will be gutted. But I expect better show is coming from her in the next game. I will be very shocked if she has a poor tournament, because the capabilities that she has, I think she will have a good tournament. Okay, then I think Ellis Diverson Richards started well again, but again fall for 14. Phoebe Litchfield, I was so the first shot that she played, it was so beautiful cover drive, but again only 4 runs. I think she will be disappointed, and as fans also, I think whoever follows women's cricket knows how top quality player Phoebe Litchfield is, and the talent that she has. And you cannot have that kind of a batter who can bat at the top, who can bat at the middle also, according to the team's need. And in this team, she has been given, I think, the role of the number three. I think very good place for her to bat. But unfortunately, she didn't manage to score some runs today. But I believe that she will make comeback. But then Annabelle Sutherland looked good in her 28 run inning. As I mentioned, the captain looked, and then the crucial runs came for Georgia Wareham. 29 of 17 at a strike rate of 171. I think it was super, and those runs only helped them to reach that 141 run mark. Okay, but again for Wells Fire, I think Haley Matthews bowled brilliantly. I think 20 balls, only 18 runs and 2 wickets. I think she was superb, obviously. And again, Shabnim Ismail. At this age, the way she bowled, the pace and all, 20 balls, 23 runs, 1 wicket. I think superb, superb. But again, I think Lindsay Smith. Then when it comes to the Wells Fire innings, I think Lindsay Smith took the big wicket. I think Haley Matthews. When you consider the target of 142, if Haley Matthews stay there until the most number of the balls, if she plays the most number of the balls, the game is done and dusted for his team. For a team, she will win that game. But I think Lindsay Smith took that early wicket, and that set the match for them. Obviously, they had batters like Tammy Beaumont was there, so Sophie Dangley was there, Sarah Bryce was there, but Jace Jonathan was there. But still, it it didn't didn't manage to pull up the things, and ultimately the breakthroughs that suffered at the early stage of their innings, I think they couldn't revert back. They couldn't manage to cope up with that, and ultimately they got batted out for 94. I think again a poor batting display from this team, just like the Manchester Originals does, like they batted yesterday. I expected a better show from them, because you have batters like Jace Johnson, you have batters like Haley Matthews, Sophia Dangley, Tammy Beaumont. You expect better. So even Sarah Bryce is also good batter. If you follow women's cricket internationally, Sarah Bryce scored so many runs in international arena. So you expect much better from these guys. But ultimately, it was a off day for the batters, and ultimately they lost the game. But if you consider bowling, again, Georgia Wareham took those 2 wickets, only 14 runs. I just praised, Halley Matthews for conceding what 18 runs in 20 balls and 2 wickets. Wareham did much much better than her also. 14 runs, 20 balls, 2 wickets, and remember those crucial runs at the end that helped the team to get that 141 run mark. So overall, it was an all-round brilliance from her, and you have to mention the 11 dot balls. If you bowling 20 balls and 11 dot balls among those, I think it was superb. It's a gold dust for any team. So Georgia were superb. Sutherland again, she was excellent with the ball. 19 runs, 20 balls, 1 wicket. Cat Cross expected what I expected of her. She delivered 17 runs of 21 runs. I think overall it was a very good bowling unit, and they put up a good show. It was teamwork, I will say. It's not that one woman show or not like a one player show. So it was teamwork, and ultimately that helped Northern Superchargers to win. Yes, and I think Georgia Wareham is known for this kind of performances. In WPL also, we have seen her delivering this kind of performances for Royal Challengers Bangalore to RCB, and even WBPL also we have seen her doing that, and obviously in Australian colours. So that is it. I think excellent win for her, a win for the team, and with this win now Southern Brave, no sorry, uh, now Superchargers are at the top. They have leaped over the defending champions London Spirit and Southern Brave. Now they are the top position with 4 points. Obviously, London Spirit and Southern Brave also have 4 points. But in terms of having better net run rate, Superchargers are at the top with positive net run rate of plus 2.350. Excellent net run rate, I will say, and that will this massive win will help them going forward into this tournament, because in a tournament in a short span, because we all know how short span tournament is. This tournament is very short in terms of time. So in a tournament like this, having such a boost in a net run rate department will definitely help a team, and that is what Northern Superchargers have done today. So a huge win for today, but unfortunately for Welsh Park, that this is a heavy defeat considering this is the first game of their campaign, and they have to make a comeback. In the second game once. Otherwise, it will be very much late for them, because another loss here, even by a small margin, will take that net run rate very, you know, uh, maybe out of their reach to recover in the upcoming matches. So I think they need to recover. They need to come back strongly. Okay, we'll take one by one comments. 1 second. Take from here. Yes. Okay, Shrish. I think Shirish is not so happy because in the pre-show live, uh, Shrish was mentioning that Swiss will be happy that if a team with less Aussie win the game, that is Wales fan. But unfortunately, they didn't. And Aussie made all the difference. Georgia Wareham. So the first comment is from Shirish that NSC first team where all bowlers took wickets in this year 100 suddenly looks at top bowling attack. Absolutely, what I mentioned, that it was a teamwork. All the bowlers came up and put up their hands and delivered, and that is what needed, because one or two bowlers can win your games by 3 wickets, picking up 4 wickets, or creating huge pressure by bowling dot balls so that others can come up and take up wickets. But if you want to win a tournament, first of all, you have to have a very good bowling unit, and secondly, all the bowlers need to come up. It's not like that one bowler you are depending only one bowler. So as you mentioned, that all the bowlers, Lindsay Smith, Annabelle Sutherland, Georgia Wareham, Kate Cross, everyone chipped in, and that ultimately helped them to register this massive win. She says that Tammy Bowman looked in great touch, some clean hits, especially those six. Absolutely, Tammy Bowman was looking good in the India series also, and she has been one of the top batters in the world, I would say. If you see the experience that she has, and I think she was looking good while captaining also. She was looking good. Yeah, maybe some question might raised regarding her captaincy in the later stage of the innings, where those crucial runs came from Wareham's bat or maybe the captain's bat. But uh, but still, I think overall, as you mentioned, that when she was batting, she was looking in good touch. Ultimately, unfortunately, she couldn't continue, and that ultimately caused one of the reason that Wells bat didn't do that much well with the bat. Okay, Shrizu Singh, I think JJ's comeback looks unlikely with her being omitted from even Australia A side and consistent under par performances in league. Also, Australia has three quality spinners: King, Wareham, Molyneux, Graham. Absolutely, absolutely. See, I think there must be a reason why she is not getting a chance, right? If Australia, if Australia willingly, I will not say that they are doing it, but I'm just saying for just think for a scenario. If Australia thinks that okay, we will not consider her in the, but they have already good quality of spinners that can win them games. Like as you mentioned, Elana King, Wareham, Molyneux. If Molyneux is fit, Molyneux will be there. Graham is there. So this is not the case that okay, if you are not picking hard, if you are not picking James Johnson, we are losing the game. They are easily winning those games, and they are, and those bowlers coming. Even Alana King can bat. Sophie Molyneux can bat. Obviously, Wareham can bat. Today also we saw. So I think that's the part. Even see, I will not agree that part that she's underperforming in the leagues, because if you see the WBL and all last year she did fabulously. I think the WPL also she looked good. I think this match you can say yeah she didn't do well, but it's just fast match of the competition. Let's see how the competition goes. But I think the options that Australia already have, I think in the pecking order they are quite ahead of Chase Johnson. To make a case for her, I think Chase Johnson needs to outperform her. Had a fantastic season and just shock the world that okay, this is Jess Johnson can do if you take her in the team. So I think that is what she needs to do. But as of now in today's match, she failed to do. But hopefully, who knows? By the end of the tournament, she might end up with a good tournament. Okay, Sheikh Junaid Ahmed saying SIH Hyderabad. I don't know why. Okay, okay, SRH Hyderabad owner. Okay, okay, got it. SRH Hyderabad owner. Yes, IPL franchises have owners have came in, came in collaboration with the 100, and hopefully in the coming years we'll see some positive changes. Okay, switching the teams I support in women's 100 don't win. Sorry, over in the make leaning. Yes, Fish. I think time is not going well for you, but let's do not lose your hope. The tournament just began. I think all the teams are capable enough to make comeback. See, I think the overall individual at least showed some fight. I think you should be proud of Meg Lanning the way she batted. Initially, she looked rusty as we discussed that day, but the way she managed to stay there, put up the fight, showed grit and determination. Ultimately, managed to make up the strike rate. But I am pretty surprised with the batting display of Manchester and today Welsh. I think with the quality of batters they had yesterday and today they had, I think both the teams could have batted brilliantly according to the situation if they managed to come up with a better plan. But they didn't plan enough. They went for those hard shots, big shots, not focusing on the quick singles or doubles, which can be vital to win a game for you, and especially in this tricky chase. It is not like you are chasing like Manchester Originals. For Manchester Originals, they're chasing I think like 180, right? But in these matches, yesterday it was a low scoring match. Still they didn't manage to chase it down. Then again, sorry, chase it down. I'm saying they batted in the fast. They failed to put up a big score. Then again today they managed they couldn't chase it down. They batted poorly. So I think with the quality of batters, both the teams had first Manchester yesterday and then today Welsh fan, I think they should have done better. It was unfortunate to see, but as I mentioned earlier, that the tournament just has begun, so a lot of time left. Hopefully, these teams can back up and make a comeback quickly. Okay, let's see if there are any more comments or not. Okay, as of now, there is no more comments. Okay, so as we're discussing that with that win, the most positive thing that happened with Superchargers with this win that they are now the table toppers. It's just one match, 4 points, but the net advantage is plus 2.350, and you can understand what a huge net advantage boost is this. So I think this will definitely help them to have a longer run in this tournament if they manage to keep this winning momentum going. So that is the main part. But I think another part that I want to discuss, that is I think the Sophia Dangli run out. I think what you guys think about that run out? I think is what a complete miscommunication I will say, and I think Haley Matthews should have said a little bit earlier. I don't know because the situation seemed like that Sophie Dangli hit the ball and straight straight, ran for the single, but unfortunately the fielder was quick enough, threw the ball. Oh, by the way, that was Wareham also. So it was a Wareham's game all around with the field. Okay, no, I think Wareham was bowling, right? One second, let me check. No, no, no. It's Wareham who threw the ball. So she was the fielder. So Wareham was the fielder who created that run out, who did that run out. Wareham was the bowler who shone, and obviously Wareham the batter. What a knock she played. So I think it was Georgia Wareham's day totally, and she won the game convincingly for her side. But what a win for them. For unfortunately, it is for Superchargers that they began the tournament with such a loss. But I think again, I think with the kind of batter, sorry, I just mentioned Supercharger with the loss. It's Wales fare with the loss. But the batters they have, like the Haley Matthews and all, Haley Matthews did exceptionally well with the ball. I'm again saying 18 runs, 20 balls, 2 wickets. She was pretty good. But with the bat, you expect a little bit better. I think the Lindsay Smith delivery that got her out, I think it was a nothing ball. The ball didn't turn and nothing. It just straight, hit the off stump. It was so much room that she given to the bowler, and the bowler did the simplest of thing that bowl wicket to wicket. You miss the ball, I hit the stump. That is the basic thing that she did, and Lindsay Smith took that big wicket. As I mentioned, as we all know that if Haley Matthews could have batted for 20, 30, 35 balls, things could have been different, and I think World could have chased it down comfortably. So that is, I think, all the comments I have already taken. So nothing more to add, and I have already discussed the match also. And in the pre-match show, we also discussed about that India A match, which they suffered and lost in the first T20 against Australia A. Elisa Haley made a comeback. Just a small recap of this match. Elisa Haley made a comeback, looked good with the bat, but didn't keep. So that is an interesting thing because earlier, 1 week earlier in an interview, she said that she made some technical changes in her keeping, so that will help her to, you know, avoid further injury going forward. So I was expecting her to see doing the wicket keeping job, but today she was not doing. Nicole Fulton, the captain of India, Australia. But let's see in the second match whether she plays only as a batter or as a wicketkeeper batter. But for India, fielding was superb, bowling was okay. Prema Rawat was superb on her debut, but the batting again, just like Owens fire, the batting didn't work for India. Shefali Verma, another failure. Rugby Beast looked good. Debutant Dhara Gurjar could have won the game with the game she has in her bucket, but she failed to do. I think first match, a bit of nervousness maybe worked there, but it happens. One off day it happens, and I'm saying for both, for India A and obviously for Wales Fire also. But the thing is how quickly you can make a comeback, and that is where the second game for both these teams and for Manchester Origins also, I think pretty much important because you need to make a quick comeback before things get more tough for you in a tour or in a tournament. So that's the thing. And by the way, yesterday Ireland women won their first T20 against Pakistan. I think in the post-match show we are discussing about that before closing that Pakistan already losing 5 or 6 wickets in the first 11 overs, and that was very much difficult for them to chase it down. But still, some significant runs came in the lower order, but still it was not enough to prevent Ireland from winning the first T20. So that's a huge win for Ireland. So there also, Ireland will look to win the second T20 to seal the series. Where for Pakistan, they will need to win the match to stay alive in the series. Otherwise, the series will be sealed by the home side. So that's the interesting part also. We will definitely keep an eye in all the cricketing action that is happening on the women's cricketing area, worldwide, and we'll definitely make a comeback tomorrow. And obviously, tomorrow Trishadi will be back. Me and Trishadi will be back for the pre-match show and obviously for the post-match show. So till then, thank you, good night, and let's meet in the next live. Thank you.